Hi, my name's Harold Weiser. I'm running for criminal clerk of court here in Orleans Parish.
I'll let you answer it. So, Mr. Weiser, first of all, thank you. Thank you very much
Thank you for the
joining us.
invitation. I really do appreciate the opportunity to come down here and speak.
Well, good. Well, we're going to have a chance to talk to 60,000 of our diverse audience, and so we've got some questions that we've devised based on what that audience interest is, as well as we've got quite a few Facebook questions, and we asked you to go through those and pick one, and we'll respond to that as well. So, you had a chance to pick your question?
Yes. I tried to pick one that dealt directly with the clerk of court's office.
All right.
I think it was actually the first one.
All right, so then I'll ask you that when we get to it. So first up, Mr. Weiser, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are. You have 1 minute to do that.
I am a lifelong resident of New Orleans. I was born and raised in New Orleans East. I attended public school system here in New Orleans my whole life. Graduated from Benjamin Franklin High School, where I thoroughly enjoyed it. Went on to Loyola University in New Orleans.
Okay.
Graduated with a bachelor's of arts in political science and history. And right after the hurricane, I decided to go to law school, and I attended Loyola Law School.
Okay, so you went to Loyola undergrad, Loyola Law?
Yes.
Good stuff. And when did you come out?
I graduated last May. Got my bar license shortly after.
All right, good stuff. Well, wonderful. People must ask you this question, particularly in a post-Katrina New Orleans. Why are you running? I mean, tell us about what's motivated you to run for a judge.
Oh, I'm running for clerk.
I'm sorry, clerk of court. I apologize.
I'm running for clerk of criminal court. The biggest motivation to me is the last 3 years I've been down at the criminal courthouse. I've been working with the Orleans Public Defender's Office. I'm currently on a conflict panel now as an attorney. I am very upset at the way that our criminal justice system has been run in this city. And having the legal background that I do, and having the technological innovations that I believe I can come up with, I think we can make a difference. I think we can change the way the court system is, we can improve efficiency, and we can overall improve the whole criminal justice system.
Well, that leads me to a question. I mean, I was going to ask is, what do you believe you bring to the table in regard to that particular position? So just espouse a little bit on what you believe you're bringing.
Well, my opponent has been in the office for 4 years now. Before that, he was a state representative for, I believe, 18 years.
Okay.
He's been in office. Now, he did take over after the hurricane, but unfortunately, the office still looks like a hurricane went through there. They're running a system called Mochasoft on their computer systems. It's very similar to an MS-DOS program that we had back in the 80s and early 90s. I think that we need to update that computer system. I feel that I can do that on a very cost-effective basis. I know a little bit about computers. I grew up in the technological age. I will personally sit there and help program computer systems. I'm also going to try to integrate the whole system. We're going to bring in PDF scans and actually allow attorneys and public records to be right on the internet so that people can see them. We have to improve the filing systems over at the office. We have a lot of paperwork that gets pushed around, it doesn't go in the office correctly. We have a lot of mistakes that are made, not necessarily just from the clerk's office. We have attorney mistakes, we have judicial mistakes. We have a lot of things that need to be corrected. We have evidence that's being lost or stolen from we don't know who, but we have any type of narcotics that have disappeared. We have cash money that's disappeared. We need to fix that system. We have a lot of problems with our elections that come up. Every time that there's an election, you will hear that this poll wasn't open or these people couldn't get to vote. I mean, we're basically refusing someone's personal civil rights as an American to vote. And it really hurts me to see that happen.
Well, obviously, to do what it is that you want to do, it's going to take real leadership. Talk about your leadership style.
My specific leadership style is an extremely hands-on type of person. I want to be known. I want to be seen in the court halls. I want to be there to where every clerk knows that I'm there working. all day long, no matter what it takes. I'm going to be out there. If I have to personally program these computer systems, I have to personally double-check filing systems. I'm going to be there. I'm going to make sure that everyone is working as an efficient team.
Now, how do you do that and ensure fairness and equity in building your team and working your team?
Well, what do you mean working with the team? You mean?
Well, clearly you're going to have a budget. You have the opportunity as an elected official to hire people, to offer contracting opportunities. How do you make sure you're instigating fairness?
Well, I'm not the kind of person that, you do a favor for me, I'm going to do a favor for you.
Okay.
Because that just looks bad in a type of office like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have any of this favoritism. You're the type of, oh, you've been my friend for so long, let me put you here, give you a nice salary position. We can't have that. We can't have that in a court system. We can't have that running elections. We have to ensure that everyone that works in that office is a good employee. They come to work on time. They do their job. And then if we have any problems with the specific employees, then we'll deal with that on a personal level.
Good. Talk about one of the issues that a lot of our listeners pay attention to is they say they're not very well informed in many different areas across our city. What will you do to ensure community engagement, that the community is aware of what you're doing?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. That's one of my big platforms, actually. Being a younger person, I have the ability to get in touch with a younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
My opponent is 68 years old. He's kind of, he sits back. He's kind of a low-profile kind of type of person. I want to be community engaged. I want to be at Dillard University. I want to be at University of New Orleans. I want to be at SUNO. I want to be at Xavier. I want to be at Loyola. I want to be at Tulane, Delgado, Holy Cross on the West Bank. We can get volunteers that really feel that they can make a difference in this community. We get them to help volunteer for elections. We always have problems with getting people out there with the election process. I want to get pro bono law students to help out at the courthouse. I want to get retired volunteers that can help us out.
That's good. I've got one last question for you. This comes from one of our Facebook friends. You chose number 1. So, DeJuan Cooper writes, what are you going to do to make our city better?
We are going to fix the criminal justice system. And I feel that we can do that. We're going to fix the criminal justice system in the courthouse. We're going to fix the evidence. We are going to efficiently help the court system prosecute and allow defense attorneys to do their job in an efficient manner. I'm really fed up with poor defendants that may be completely innocent, because I'm a criminal defense attorney, and they sit in jail after they've been arrested, and they can't afford a $1,000 bond to get out of jail, and they sit there and wait for a date so that they can be heard. And even when they appear for that date, you have the district attorney's office or some other clerk not there with the file, and they can't even get out of jail, even if there's a clerical error. We had someone last week, I read in the newspaper, that had the wrong last name. It was very similar. And this poor person spent months in jail.
I'm sorry to cut you, but we got to get to close. So if you would please just remind people who you are and what you're running for, and we appreciate your time.
Well, thank you very much. I'm Harold Weiser. I'm running for criminal clerk of court on February the 6th, and I'm ballot number 11. So thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.